I am at the Market Basket in Athol, Massachusetts, where I consistently get the best prices on groceries, like in the entire state. I am in an unsettled mood today, let's just say. I'm feeling militant, anxious. I was thinking of buying foods that remind me of, like, weaponry. Something different. As for where I'm gonna cook today for my meal prep, I have the luxury of doing it in the daylight today, something I've not done in a while. I will probably do it at like a rest stop or something. I don't feel like doing it at that Applebee's parking lot. Gonna have my doors open and stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be relaxing. I am just in a weird mood today, and this video might be a little bit off. I got some mini potatoes this time, so I don't have to chop them. If I don't like them, I can chuck them at trees and stuff. I think I'm onto this whole idea of like not chopping stuff. Someone in one of my YouTube comments mentioned that you can get onions without chopping them, like pre-chopped, which obviously you can. I don't know why I never thought of that. Minced garlic, one last thing I have to chop. Acorn squash, kind of feels like, I don't know, bomb from a Nintendo game. Yeah, I'm into this. Asparagus, always a good time to eat. Kind of looks like a spear, I guess. The theme of today's meal prep is apparently laziness. I got all this stuff you don't have to chop, some stuff you don't even have to cook. And this was all because of a YouTube comment. Someone said, why don't I just buy pre-chopped onions instead of tear gassing myself while I chop them in here? And honestly, I don't know why. I've never been down the frozen food aisle before. I got like 4 bags of those things. They're only like $1 each. I also got, along with my theme of laziness, not chopping, Brussels sprouts. I got like 5 pounds of the things. I just love those. What else did I get that you don't have to chop? Pre-chop sirloin, or it's not sirloin. I don't know what it is. It's all cow to me, my red meat. Oh yeah, shrimp. Also bite-sized, no chopping involved. Let's see. Oh yeah, chicken breasts. I always get these. I got like 5 of them for 11 bucks. A great deal. Like I said, Market Basket here is just amazing. What else did I get? Oh yeah, minced garlic instead of chopping it. Like I said, I might be able to do everything in here and not have to chop anything. You supposed to freeze this? I don't know. Oh, I also got this maple ham, my theme of stuff that I don't have to cook. This is pre-cooked. It will be my red meat since I mostly have other stuff. Also, this shrimp I got is pre-cooked. Don't have to chop it or cook it. I will heat it up though, of course, but still, one less step for me to do. I got little potatoes that I don't have to chop. I got asparagus that I only have to chop once. I just chop them in half and eat them like that. And, oh yeah, the only thing I will have to chop is this acorn squash. I got what was like a pumpkin or some kind of mutant thing last time. I had to chop it up, but it tasted so good. So I'm gonna get another one of these. That'll be the only real chopping I have to do tonight. And I am throwing a bag of ice in here because I'm trying to conserve electricity. This freezer starts like taking its toll on my charge, you know what I mean? I honestly have no idea where I'm driving. Didn't punch in any directions. I'm trying to look for a nice scenic spot by the Miller's River here. Just like anywhere I can find. Where the heck does this go? Yeah, I've never taken this road before. Okay, this is Irving, Massachusetts, this way. Let's see what they got down here. Check out this area. I just pulled over at a little lake, something called Barton Cove. Never heard of it before. It looks super pretty. If I can find a spot to set up, I am gonna cook right here. This place is almost too good to be true. Barton Cove. Believe it or not, this beautiful lake right here is actually a river, the Connecticut River. It just kind of swells right here. We're in the town called Gill, I think, right across the river from Turner's Falls. And it's perfect for another reason. This right here. I now have 3 cooktops, which works out great because I have exactly 3 pans. This will probably be the most efficient, fastest meal prep session I've ever had. I've already got my rice going. I'm using my classic canned heat stovetop for that. I don't know whether to sit or stand. The table's a little awkward. I'm gonna sit. I also want to use the big dish on this thing. I don't have charcoal, but I do have those Duraflame logs. I'm just gonna try to cook with that. I'm gonna get all these chicken breasts going, just get them all nice cooked and out of the way. I like to cook these for a good long time, you know, because they're so freaking thick. As for the third pan, I'm probably gonna get the steak going. Most of this stuff, I don't have to chop. This is gonna be the easiest thing I've ever done. Yeah, the third cooktop I have, just to be clear, is this thing I got at Walmart a couple of weeks ago. I think I used it in my last meal prep. It connects to the same cans I use for my little buddy heater. It just got a stable cooktop. I'm using my smaller pan. I'll put the steak in there first. All right, I've got some prep to do. I've already run into a couple of problems. For one, I think my Duraflame log was too low. Like there's too much of a gap between the flame and the pan. So I concocted a little truss out of branches to prop it up. I think that will solve that problem. But the other problem is I normally have a free dish because I have more dishes than cooktops, and I use that to do all my chopping in. I do have to chop some stuff, the acorn squash. But since all 3 are being used at the same time, I have nothing to chop on, no dish to chop in. I just kind of have to sit here and wait for a cooktop space to free up. I feel like I should have brought some way to entertain myself. Wait a sec. This pre-chopped onion stuff, well, pre-chopped onions is the best purchase I've made in my meal prep probably ever. It saves me like 45 minutes of chopping. I can put all my onions in like just a couple of pans because they're so small. I'm not tear gassing myself. And it costs basically the same. So whoever suggested that, thank you very much. I did make a stupid purchase though. I did not thoroughly check the size of the Ziploc bags I use for my storage. And I got this, I don't know, weird variety. It has like a flat bottom, like a boat. Never seen anything like it. I'm not sure it's big enough to store my nightly dinner amount. I got a big stomach. I don't know, I might have to pump it up all the way. But I'm going kind of crazy, like waiting for this stuff to finish because I don't have a chopping dish. That might have to be something I work on. I think, however, the rice is just about done, so I can get some progress going. Another great thing about those onions is as they thaw out, the water makes its own baste. I don't have to add anything to it. And my little Duraflame thing here is working so well. From now on, I'm gonna look for a place that has like one of these little grill tops right here. I think to solve my problem of these baggies being too small, I'm gonna do something a little different. Instead of putting the rice and the core food all into the same meal prep bag, I'm gonna do 7 bags of rice and 7 bags of the food. And when it comes time to eat it, I'll just combine it. A little more wasteful of the bags, but problem solved. 7 bags of rice. I'm doing something a little different with the potatoes this time. I'm boiling them in a little bit of water. I guess I'll throw a little bit of oil and garlic salt in there. Yeah, I usually roast this stuff, but this is the only dish I have free right now. And the sun is getting close to the horizon. I feel like this is gonna take longer than I thought. Yeah, this chicken is taking way too long. All that onions melted and formed a big puddle of water, and that's kind of slowing down the process. I guess I should have anticipated that. But look at the beautiful sky behind me. Can you see that? This is such a pretty spot. Barton Cove in Gill, Massachusetts. I was just driving through. I'm basically having the same problem with this steak. This has been cooking a while. All that onion melted and formed this big pool of water. That all has to burn away first unless I siphon it off with a spoon. Oh, come on, finish cooking already. I did chop them in half in case you're wondering. Yeah, I think if I used charcoal, it would cook faster, right? Because charcoal heats hotter. At least for that thing, that would work. This stuff just gets to whatever it gets to. I don't know. This is getting way too dark, but the sun is so pretty right now. How it's setting over the Connecticut River. Yeah, believe it or not, this ain't a lake, it's a river. Looks like they do have a boat launch over there, though. I need to come back here with Moby Dick. This has taken forever, the steak, but I think it might finally be done. Let me give it a taste. Oh my God. So good. So I am a total dimwit, guys. Look what I just figured out. There's a knob here. I can make the flame explode. I've had it on this low, barely visible flame for the past 20 minutes. Oh my freaking God. The good thing though about cooking it at that low flame for so long, it's cooked perfectly. Like I accidentally cooked it perfectly. It's like what you get at an Indian restaurant, you know, in their curries. Just well done, but also super, super tender. Yeah, I am gonna enjoy this. Wonder how many dinners this is. Next up, all my asparagus. Yeah, I just chopped these once. I like them long-ish, I guess. And I think this kind of fits this dish perfectly. I will just get this going. There's still some juice in there from the steak. This should not take too long to cook. I gotta take a break for a second, go down to the shore here and show you guys this beautiful sunset right now. This is like the perfect mixture of clouds. You want ones that are low, in the middle, and high up. I think there's every type of cloud going right now. Yeah, I really don't want to have to move my whole operation into my van. I do have that little light I think I can hang on a branch or something over the table. I might get that out, but for now I probably got around 20 minutes more of daylight. The chicken is finally done. It came out really well. I took a little nibble of it and I got my baggies here. I think next I'm gonna throw in here is the shrimp. I almost forgot what else I got. Yeah, I got shrimp to cook. So this shrimp is actually pre-cooked and then it was frozen. What I'm gonna do is cook it again and then throw it back in my freezer and refreeze it, which sounds incredibly dumb, but I move through life in a very analog way and I just can't help it. That's exactly how I'm gonna process it. And I have a little bit more room in my plate there. I think I might try to throw, I don't know, something else. I got corn and Brussels sprouts still to cook. Yeah, I still get the corn even though I have to chop it. It's just such a good deal from Market Basket. 5 ears for $3. That's crazy. I was in Florida and it was 3 ears for $6. The discrepancy in prices of some things just blows my mind. But the Market Basket in Athol is the best prices ever. I've been all over New England. I love going back there. Let's see how my twice cooked shrimp and corn is doing. Yeah, you know, I don't really need to cook this stuff at all. But I'll let it cook for a few more minutes. I forgot I also have that acorn squash to chop up and 5 pounds of Brussels sprouts. Sorry, my mouth is full. Oh, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this in the dark. Beautiful sunset, but it's actually starting to turn blue. Looks brighter in my phone than it actually is. I'm not too worried about the light. I'm more concerned about like a police or park ranger coming by telling me I need to move. How the hell do people chop acorn squash? This stuff is hard as a rock. It's like chopping through an oak log. Yeah, if you got suggestions, put it in the comments. I'm just not sure. If a steel knife doesn't do it, nothing will. Done. Look at all these bags of food. I don't even know how many there is or how many pounds. It's like way more than I need. That was the best smelling meal prep I've ever did. Those chopped onions were a stroke of genius. They solved so many problems. Thank you to whoever said that. I'll try to move into the light. I am not gonna sleep here. A cop did come by about 10 minutes ago, asked me if I was finishing up. That's all I needed to hear. I wasn't really considering sleeping here anyway. I want to get to Western Mass. There's an awesome car wash that I want to go to tomorrow. I always do a big deep clean after a meal prep episode. It wasn't like a conscious choice. I've just noticed that's what I do. And it's about 2 hours away. I don't think this video is over yet. I'm really not sure where I'm going to sleep. I'm going to be stealthing. Let's go for it. Oh, yes, here we go. I love this spot. Meal prep is one of those ways that helps me calm down. I had a really stressful day at work yesterday, so I needed this. That was a beautiful spot. Forget what it's called already. Barton Cove, I think. Yeah. I had a stressful day yesterday at work, and I needed to escape Boston. I've actually never been in and out of Boston that fast. I was like in and out in 24 hours. I normally spend like weeks at a time in Boston and only come back to Western Mass to get my mail like every other weekend. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I need to escape that city. It's starting to become like a place I don't want to be. And yeah, I got a lot going on, I guess. Stressed out. It's all about how I want to spend my time. I think maybe when you get to your middle age, like 40s, 40 years old, you become way more conscientious of how you spend your time. Is this the best thing for me? It's not about how much money you make anymore. It's about like your reward, you know? Is it worth keeping a job if it's making you sick and stressing you out and giving you a freaking heart attack or whatever it is I had last week? I need to think about that. Tonight, I'm going to sleep on it. I'm in a nice spot tonight that's very peaceful. So thanks for sticking along for this video. Kind of long and drawn out, I guess. Hit that like button below. Hit subscribe if you haven't. My name is Matt. I live in my van in New England. Been doing it 2 years. So yeah, every day's an adventure. All right. Peace out.